Dharma's ashram, where wisdom flows, bridging east and west, the spirit grows. Voices of the ancients, stories to share. In the dance of thoughts, we find our prayer.
Because I'm a yoga teacher. So there are two lineages, there are two traditions. One is the Vedic tradition, and the other one is the Tantric tradition. So whatever practical, aspects you are having, or the practical teaching you are learning in yoga, in your yoga studio, that is all coming from the Tantric, lineage, from the Tantric tradition. Vedic tradition is more deductive. It helps you to understand the concept, understand the idea. In Vedas, Veda literally means, the knowledge. So it is compilation of the knowledge which was received by the seers, ancient seers or the rishis in the higher states of consciousness. They received that knowledge directly about the reality, about uh, about the idea of the universe, about your existence, about your soul, about the ultimate and absolute reality. So this is all written in the Vedic text. And those people, those rishis or the seers, they they got it. That knowledge dawned upon them. That knowledge was revealed to those people directly in the higher states of awareness. And then they propagated and taught that knowledge and understanding to people who were interested in knowing and understanding the idea and the concept of Vedic approach. And so that was very deductive. It was based on the knowledge of somebody who received that directly. So like I received the knowledge and I am sharing that with you. Okay. But your experiences are, indirect. My
Right.
experience, I had direct experience, but whatever I'm teaching you, that is indirect, but still it is, correct. It is pointing at the right direction. But Tantra, on the other hand, it is very intuitive and it is a very direct philosophy that you experience by yourself and experiencing the reality by your own self. You become your own guru. Okay, there may be a physical guru, but ultimately this is your effort to experience and go through that transformation directly.
So Madhev,
So
what
the
do you
six
think? What Sushant said about the Vedic and the Tantric and the differences between it? Because I personally think also that the Tantric path, like he said, is really intuitive. It's like also a bit of the Gnostic movements we had in Europe, because they can't really put a finger on it. Everybody was doing like kind of bit of different practices, and it was really like coming out of their view of the world, their knowledge, their education, and then they did these practices like spiritual ritual magic also, and to get to the same point, like Tantra, to let the soul ascend.
Yeah, I think there isn't what I think that what the tantric philosophy says is that you must go through everything and go through the hit and trial method. You must try for yourself what is happening, what is not happening, and go slowly into the process. How we also say that the poses that we do in yoga, the postures that we go into, is also tantric practice. And if you mindfully go into those, if you mindfully do hatha yoga, that is also tantra. And what Hatha Yoga does is it slowly makes you transcend the this gross physicality and into something more subtle and light. So you were slowly going into it through the tool of um, asanas. You know what I mean? And according to me, what the Vedic philosophy is that you can directly know what the truth is or what the experience is or what the reality is, and then you work directly on that. So it's like you tell me the answer, you tell me what is it, what exactly are the questions going to be for my exam, and then I work on that. This is the Vedic philosophy. And for tantric philosophy, I'd say this: I'd have to study everything uh, and just appear for the exam. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
because this
yeah.
is very confusing. This is really confusing. But because he uses the word seers for sages, for Vedic sages, and seers for me, I believe they could see what uh, the secrets of the universe are. As for
Right,
tantrics, they have to figure it out through their practices, through their
right.
tantric practice, and thus tantra has so many meanings. In the West, it means something else. In the East, it means something else. In the North, it is something else.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
has had their different paths towards the truth.
Right. So yeah, I think it's a kind of I see it in kind of the same way. I think like Vedic is like more the explanatory, the theoretical over structure of this all, and you can trust in it or not, and if you don't, you end up with like a tantric way, because I think every human, even though you don't think a lot about spirituality or the soul or whatever, is kind of on the path to experience that more directly, or because we are not the body, we are a soul who have a body, so who has a body, so we are all like on that path. And then in tantric, we see it in the Zoroastrian tantric, in the Tao tantric, in the Buddhism tantra. They all have their tantric practices, and I compare it most of the time with the what you might call a sadhana, so just spiritual practice.
Sadhana, yeah, sadhana.
Sadhana, yeah. And the Vedic is just like the more of the logical or deductive, like he said. Uh,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, philosophy behind it, or what is this universe? Like it's more kind of a maybe also as a kind of science, and just talks about and tries to figure out what this is and what we are. And Tantra focus more on the practice side, practitioner side.
yeah. For the viewers, I would also say you tell us what you thought. What philosophy goes with your own philosophy, and if you would like us to talk about other philosophies, then also you tell us. And obviously, stay tuned for other philosophies that we are going to discuss with Sushant. And after that, because Mama's ashram is here to stay, right?
Right.